You do not want any dot balls. There were 44 dot balls in Afghanistan's innings. 44 out of 120 deliveries. What you want to do is reduce the number of dot balls. If you can reduce the number of dot balls to maybe 25 or 30, which is less than, say, 5 overs, you're doing a very, very good job. That means you're scoring of 15 overs, exactly what you need to do, exactly what you need to think. The lesser the dot balls, the more runs you're going to have. Well bowled. Went across, slip in. Usal Mendes was dismissed against Bangladesh. But let's show you the qualification scenario. Now, if Sri Lanka beats Afghanistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh qualify, well, that's straightforward. If Afghanistan beats Sri Lanka, Afghanistan qualify, and Sri Lanka, look at that last line. They need 101 runs to qualify for the Super 4 in 20 overs. I don't think they're after that. They need to be after, as you said, that target. And that's how the points table looks at the moment. They're on top. And Afghanistan in with a very good chance here. Slip in for Mendes. Again, wide of the off stump. Yes, you've got to think positive. You've got to think positive that you will get the runs. If you start thinking, oh, let me get to 101, there is no way to get your confidence higher. You get a win like this. Now, don't forget, with that man that you just saw on your monitor, Rashid Khan, this is a very, very good Afghanistan attack. You score 171. You could score it off the last ball of the 20th over. You score that, that win is going to lift your confidence sky high. So important, therefore, for the Sri Lankans to think positive. They've got the batting, no question about it. They've got the batting depth. Yeah, but they need a solid partnership here. Mendy's on strike. And go square, and he'll get a boundary. So they've got 9 so far of the first 5 deliveries. They like the ball coming onto the bat, the newer ball, the harder ball, and they'll go off late. And Farouk has got to get his line right. It's because he's bowling outside the off stump. Look at the width he's given. Look at the width he's given. It just makes it easy for the batter. You can raise your hands up because the ball is being hit upishly, but that's not going to make any difference. It is still gone for a boundary. That is what Mohammad Nabi is saying. Make him play forward. Don't give him room outside the off stump. Because they got to slip in as well. So Mendes. Last ball of the over. And that came back a little bit. That's more the line. 9 without loss. Well, that's a look at what Sri Lanka has in terms of their batting. They've included Tunit Velalage, so the batting muscle improves. Dushmanta Chamira too, they'll say, can handle the bat. Nuan Tushara is the only player that doesn't really carry too much of credentials. They'll need everything. Looking to chase this target. They're up against a very good side, a very good bowling attack. Mujib in the side. Tends to push it through quickly. So much of variety, so much of mystery about this Afghan spin. And Mujib is a tough customer. Yes, he is. Often asked to bowl in the power play. Never easy for a spinner with just 2 fielders covering the boundary to bowl economically, but look at that economy rate of his 6.39. The best of 5 for 20. His 6.39 economy on here. Considering the pacers he bowls power play, and that's not an easy time to bowl. He comes on at the and still maintain that economy is really outstanding.
It is. And he gets wickets as well. Because he pretty much all the time bowls to his field. He knows where the deep fielders are. So if somebody is going to go for the biggie, he's going to take a chance playing the aerial shot. He's got to clear that fielder.
Mendes has gone fine. Fine tickle. That's offline. He'll get a boundary. Useful runs for Sri Lanka.
Yes, that was bowled at about 101 kilometers per hour. That was quick. But the direction was not quite right. And Mendes doing the smart thing, not looking to play the big shot, just using the pace. It was on the pads. Look at that. It was on the pads. And he just used the pace. Glanced quite nicely. Glanced it fine. There was a fielder there. The fielder was just a little bit wider.
That's the line just outside the off-stump. Tends to bowl a lot of off breaks, but he also bowls carry ball, flicky, and bowls briskly. And again, more run. Got 9 runs so far in the over. Just to quickly remind you that if Sri Lanka beats Afghanistan, then of course it's straightforward. But it's in the case of the overs to get to the Super 4. So then it'd be Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. And it will be Bangladesh who'll miss out. So much of cricket left in the game. Lots of time as well. And he goes again this time. And this is a big over. They get 13 runs off it. 22 without loss. To without loss. Sri Lanka will be pleased with the start, but it's to 4 for 9.
This one was a bit short and was turning into the right-hander as well. It was easy for him to just put it away. Played it well.
Taken. Asmatullah strikes and Pathum Nissanka goes. That was down the leg side, short fine leg. He didn't have to move. And that was the wicket Sri Lanka needed to have, and Afghanistan was after that.
Yeah, Nissanka has been very, very consistent. But you can see that he didn't quite middle it. And a simple catch down to Mujib. And Azmat gets a wicket. Breaks through. The Sri Lankans had started well with 22 in the first 2 overs, but they have lost Nissanka for 6 in the 3rd over for 22.
Kamil Mishra is the new batter coming in at number 3. Did a solid opening partnership. And the man that has been amongst the runs, Pathum Nissanka, 50 against Bangladesh, 68 against Hong Kong, China. He dismissed rather cheaply for 6 of 5 balls. Asmatullah striking in his first over. Slip in for the left-hander, short fine. leg. Straight away, you find that ball just seaming back into the left-hander.
Osman pitched the ball a little short, and Nissanka thought that he had a boundary for the taking because there is no deep fine leg. And instead he finds the fielder there at the short fine leg.
After the elevation, just couldn't get the elevation. Unbridge of the bat. Consider himself unlucky if Afghanistan will take it. Sal Mendes runs through square leg. The game. Sri Lanka looking for some solidity. Looking for a base. Afghanistan smelling blood here.
Very, very impressive young player, Kamil Mishara. Strike rate of almost 131, one half century, got a 73 against Zimbabwe in Harare.
Balls to go the over. Very excited. The wicketkeeper is, and they say they should go upstairs. They're thinking about it. Rashid Khan is maybe considering it.
Did you hear a little nick in your ear?
Even by Malacca. Caught behind. Orina Descent is not out. I have checked spin vision, please. Keep rolling. Roll back, please. And roll forward. Ball close to the bat. Confirm it from our dice, please. Keep rolling. Nice and slow. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Roll back, please, one more time. And roll forward. Flare line. Keep rolling. Satisfied the flare line when ball passes the bat. No bat involved. Back to Vidu. Vidu, stay with the Orina Descent, not out. You on camera.
That will calm the Sri Lankan dressing room. This man will breathe a sigh of relief. So will he. Because another wicket. Really been challenging for Sri Lanka. Been a brilliant over, just 2 runs and 1 ball to go. And again, plays and misses. It's a brilliant over from Asmat. 24 for 1. For 146 of 102 balls is what Sri Lanka are after the moment. They've lost their most prolific player, Nissanka, out for 6. Sal Mendes on strike. Farooq is back. From the opposite end he bowled. 9 runs. And Mohabi, what an innings.
Fabulous innings, getting a half century of just 20 deliveries. That it was his assault on Kuala that propelled Afghanistan to that score of 170.
Will that be called a wide? That won't be. But yeah, that was a special effort by Nabi. He really turned the game around.
But that was the first ball, hit over long off. Then this was smashed over long on. Then again, hammered over long on, stroked over long off, pummeled over mid-wicket. 5 sixes. Sanat Jaiswari and the coach will probably have his arm round the young man and tell him that maybe you should have bowled a little bit fuller as he did that last ball and conceded just 1 run.
Very decisive last over. Farooqi on the money this time. 33 runs in that last over.
Yes, there was a no ball as well. And there you are, you can see Nabi patting Farooqi on the back. Farooqi was taken for a few runs in his first over, but this is a very, very good over. 3 deliveries. He's given away just 1.
That correction, 32 runs, but still very, very decisive. Could be the factor. Could be the deciding factor of this innings, or of this game. That innings by Nabi completely took Afghanistan to another level. 120 was all they had at the end of 18. 169 for 8 at the end of 20. Ball just jacking back into the left hand. Kamil Mishara is generally not the best starter. He tends to struggle a little bit. But once he gets into his stride, he looks so good.
Is he a better player against pace? Does he like ball coming onto the bat? He's a slow starter, then you certainly don't want to have him at the top of the order if you're going to waste deliveries. You want somebody who's going to be able to, if not hit boundaries, at least make every ball count.
At least his tournament, he struggled a little bit at the start, but then once he gets his range, then he tends to look very good. 2 balls to go in the over. This being called a wide, yes it is. But just to confirm on Kamil Mishra, the first 10 balls so far in his T20 career, he's been striking at 90. But I've been told that 11 to the 19th ball is where he really starts to pick up. He's changed gears, he's gone up to 163 in terms of his strike rate. That was the point I was trying to make, that earlier on he may struggle a little bit. Once he's in, he can be scoring runs quickly. I think just outside the crease, Kusal Mendes. That's gone for. Will this? Yes, it's wide. I heard the sound. I thought there was something, but it's wide. It's 4. In fact, these are very useful runs for Sri Lanka.
But Nabi, this is how he batted. Not afraid to get out the ball and hammer it over the boundary. But it was that last over where it was really, really amazing. 5 sixes in that.
Sri Lanka will regret that miss. On 5, Mohammad Nabi was missed at backward square leg by Bilal. A sharp chance. Mendes, short arm jab, and will get a boundary. 12 runs so far in the over.
Yes, that 4 wide down the leg side, the previous delivery would have hurt his confidence for sure, because one was a rank long hop, as they call it. Mendes is, look at that, halfway down the pitch, and he was able to work it away for a boundary. In the power play, only 2 fielders outside the 30-meter circle. So the bowlers are on a hiding to nothing. And if they keep bowling short like that, then they're making it a little bit easier for the batters as well.
Last ball of the over. Again, runs here through mid-wicket. They'll want a couple, and they'll get a couple. got 14 off the over, 38 for 1 at the end of 4.
So 38 for 1, 4 gone. So Sri Lanka on track in the chase. But the highlight really for all the viewers joining was this is what happened in the final over. It was Mohammad Nabi going to town. Some massive sixes, 3 on the trot there. This number 4, and he wasn't done yet. Another smack onto the grass bank. Took him past 50. And a blinder. And it propelled the score to 169. Sri Lanka, though, have made a good start. They've lost a wicket. Now, the ball getting a little older, Russell. And now's the challenge.
Yeah, a couple of overs more. And then the spinners come into it. Rashid Khan, Nur Ahmed. Not a lot of turn, but the pitch slightly on the slower side. And with the variety and guile of the Afghan spinners, it's not going to be easy.
That's fine, and 4. Yes, drifting onto the pads, and Sri Lanka cashing in here. Mendes in really good nick.
Yeah, you saw what Mohammad Nabi did. Sri Lanka definitely gonna need a Mendy special, and he's made a great start. It's always good or pleasing when a batter is able to use the pace like that. Deflecting it makes you a lot calmer. He's had a quiet Asia Cup. It was Pathum Nisankar at the other end firing. Nisankar out. Mendes taking control.
Yes, very risky player. He's got a wide range of shots, plays spin well. Can be unorthodox as well at times, but a free scoring batsman.
No, Mishara, very slow start as Roshan was saying. Kusal Mendes down the track. Yes, we've got the runs. Now don't throw it away. Get yourself in. You need to take a bit of time. Do that. That's the message from Mendes, because Mishara, once he settles in, he's one of those players you'd love watching, Ravi. Oh, he showed up early. Game tomorrow, boy. Don't tell me he's got the day wrong. Massive score. Teams have struggled to chase down scores around 150, 160 here in Abu Dhabi.
What you'll see now is a lot of pace being taken off as well when the fast bowlers bowl. It's important you mix it up now with the pitch on the slower side. I think this game will really start when Rashid Khan comes into the attack. His form will be crucial. Sri Lanka can take down one of the spinners, either Mujib or Rashid. Then they'll believe they have a great chance.
The Gazamfar was left out this game, and Mujib, the more experienced spinner, like for like, you'd say, Gazamfar and Mujib, didn't have the start he would have liked, went for 13. But the wrist spinners are the key because they got the variety, and Sri Lankans, of late, have really struggled to come to terms or put pressure on spinners. striking at just around 105. That's the worry.
Let's not forget Nur Ahmed. Those 8 overs are crucial. Rashid Nur. 5 gone, 46 for 1.
এভাবে ফুল এইচডিতে প্রত্যেকটি লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চাইলে অবশ্যই আমাদের এই পেজটি ফলো করে দিন এবং শেয়ার করে দিন আপনার সকল বন্ধুদের সাথে।
So 46 for 1. They love their music. Sri Lankan supporters, whichever part of the world they're in, whether it's Colombo, whether it's here in Australia. Hey, did you go to Baila classes as well in school?
Tried a few at the Apesing School of Dancing.
Roshan? Roshan, really?
Some of them would be students.
That's a new one. Roshan and dancing.
And cool moves. After breakfast every day, he just polishes up, like revision class.
That's his gym. Wonder. Trim as ever.
This is good. Keep the scoreboard moving. Be nimble on your feet. That's what you need to be when you're dancing as well.
Well, they lead that footwork now against spin. Want to be quick, pick up length quickly. You won't get too many loose deliveries. Target the stumps. I'll be a diet of spin from here. Nabi, Nur Ahmed, Rashid Khan, Mujib has 3 overs left.
And a definite spring in his step. Mohammad Nabi after that innings today.
That's in the air taken. He can't do anything wrong. Nabi with the bat, Nabi with the ball now. And the second wicket goes down. A tentative shot and a simple catch.
Struggled to get going. Kamil Mishara. They bring the off spinner on and he just scoops that. 2 short extra cover. Afghanistan celebrate. They got their eyes on qualification and they're doing everything right. Kamil Mishara, just the 4 runs to him today, 47 for 2.
Kushal Pereira has come out to the middle. He's a very experienced bowler, Nabi. He was brought in because the left-hander was on strike. Struck straight away, so left-hander replacing the left-hander, Kushal Pereira. A dangerous player. So he starts off with a boundary.
His square leg was square of the wicket. Now he'll be thankful he got bat on it because he took it off the stumps and you're going to have to do that to put pressure on the bowler. They'll keep just landing it there, giving it no pace.
I think the problem Sri Lanka have had and they've been inconsistent is because the middle order not really fired since the T20 World Cup. Need some big scores from 4, 5, 6.
Mentioned the left-hander. More to come. Asalanka coming to Mendes.
That's picked away on the onside. This time, square leg a little finer. Keeps the batsman down to 1.
Really good start from Nabi with the ball. Lands it there, no turn. And low pace on it as well. Mishara searches for it. Then just scoops it. Too easy for Nabi.
So we're done with power play. 6 overs gone. It's 53 for 2.
Here we go. 6 overs bowled. The power play done. Lanka have got a start, but now's the real test.
So the skipper into the attack. Now here's Rashid Khan. And they've got to tighten their line. You won't get too much drifting on the onside with the spinners bowling. He's feasted on that, Mendes. A lot of deliveries drifting onto leg stump, which he's put away.
Well, no doubt about it. Lankan openers have been very consistent and top-heavy, in fact, of the runs scored by teams since 2024. The top 3, this is the percentage. 67% of the runs have been from the top 3. That's massive. But of course, on the other hand, another way that it is, your top 3 are getting so many runs, there's not much opportunity for the others either.
This is where the game will begin now, really. This is the challenge for Sri Lanka. Skipper bringing himself on. And what you'll see with Afghanistan is the way they vary their length. The lines will be pretty much the same, off stump, just outside. But there'll be subtle variations in length. The moment they know that the batsman's looking to sweep, you'll see the full length delivery or looking to go down the ground. See that, so that they don't get the elevation. Target will be the stumps. There you go.
Again in line. And I can't think of a time where I've seen the Afghan spinners really relying on the ball to turn. Or dirty turners, wicket to wicket, or even on good pitches, they are a handful. Just a bit of deviation either way is what they look for.
Oh, good delivery. Almost went through the defense there. Good start from Rashid. 7 gone, 57 for 2. 2 wickets have gone down. Mendes still there, 34 from 22. Still be Nabi.
Most wicket. And Sullivan trying to. Rashid thought that there was an opportunity. Gurbaz did not hang on to it, but Mendy says, no, I did not make it. Well, for those just tuning in, Sri Lanka need another 43 runs to qualify. Ideally, chasing this 112 is what the game is all about. It's about trying to play the best cricket possible. Your confidence going forward. The feel-good factor so important going into the Super Fours. If Sri Lanka beat Afghanistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh qualify. If Afghanistan beats Sri Lanka, Afghanistan will qualify, but Sri Lanka will need to score 101 runs to qualify for the Super Four. Just slowed down somewhat. It's the power play. 53 Sri Lanka were now almost 2 overs after. 6 runs and also coincides with the introduction of spin.
Loud shout. He's pretty confident, and in a chat with Rashid, the keeper will have a role to play here.
The blown one review. They got one more up their sleeve, and they will hang on to it. Nicely bowled, slow through the air. And what a good decision that was to bail out of reviewing that.
Tight overs of spin now. So the squeeze from the Afghanistan spinners on. 8 gone, 60 for 2.
Very tight over that last one, so that's what they need to do, just build up a little bit of pressure, just get them thinking that they could do something a little bit different out there in the middle. Sri Lanka, 60 for 2 after 8. Required rate from here is 9.2. Spin twins. Nur Ahmed now. Harvey's bowled a couple, 1 for 10. Rashid's bowled 1. Just 4 runs off his first. Nur Ahmed's a class act. So he'll certainly keep them working hard out there as well. Nur Ahmed is certainly someone who tends to pick up wickets. Could he come back for the second? Good running. Good work.
Yeah, well, that'll help to show the intent and run the first one hard and then go for the second.
it is to be able to get the maximum of the opportunity. This middle phase is very crucial from both teams' point of view. Afghanistan enjoys squeezing the teams at this middle phase.
Couple of guys for Sri Lanka, very experienced in the middle, Pereira and Mendes. Working that comfortably on the onside again, doubling up again. Good intelligent stuff from Pereira, not taking any risks.
Yeah, again, intelligent cricket.
Really is a key player right now, Kusa Mendes. Very busy player. Got enormous skill, Kusa Mendes. You take great delight sometimes to sit back and just watch some of the shots that he can play. 35 off 25. Strike rate at 140. And covering that leg boundary for him at the moment. Deep square, deep wicket, and also long on. 69 to the leg side, 70 to the off, 79 straight. Remember, straight is long. Again, works onto the onside.
Well, Rahmanullah Gurbaz telling Noor it's okay if they are running hard, they will eventually get tired. That's smart thing, isn't it? To milk him for the singles and doubles. Charita Salanka, the skipper, be next.
Pretty close, the win predictor right now. Nothing in it. Looking for runs on the offside, which has been a little bit of a rarity for Mendes so far. Of the 35, he scored 27 on the leg side.
And it's good to keep him on the offside.
A lot of communicating out there, the Afghanistan players. Lots of chat. You can hear them encouraging, providing some ideas. Gurbaz is instrumental. He actually just gave the line to Nur Ahmed right then. That was the line he wanted him to bowl.
Well, 6 runs have come and 19 balls since the boundary was hit. So that's some kind of a squeeze that Afghanistan bowlers have put there. If there's any pressure, that could give away an opportunity to Afghanistan.
I'll be thinking Afghanistan, if they can break this partnership, which is 2 fine players, 2 experienced players, then they get another one straight away soon after. That puts a lot of pressure on Sri Lanka for that 101. Oh, that's down the leg side. That's an unforced error, that one. Giving away some really important runs. Wide's called.
That's precious 10 runs. Previously, Fatalak Farooqi bowling 1 wide and running to the boundary. And this one from Noor. Fatum Nisanga got out, but then Kusal Mendes has taken it on him. 36 of 27, still out there along with Kusal Pereira. The partnership of 24. Narida Salanka, Dasun Shanaka, Kamindo Mendes to follow.
Optimistic again, sliding down that leg side. But that 4 wides means 12 off the over. 72 for 2. Back into the attack.
That's good effort there from Darvesh Rasuli. And they gotta push it in the field to make sure that they can defend this. It's very important for Afghanistan. Remember, if they lose, they are out. They win, they qualify.
Well, nice with his first over, Majib, so he's got to really make this count with his back with his second. comes back. Not looking to play any big shots at the moment. Sri Lanka at number 5, Shanaka at 6, and Kamindu at number 7. So there's still some batting to come, that's for sure. Kamindu can certainly play. These experienced guys, the ones that Rashid Khan wants to get rid of.
And this is a threatening partnership from the Afghanistan viewpoint. 28 of 26 now. Settling in nicely. Still be some nerves in the Sri Lankan camp, but they will think that this partnership should continue for another few overs.
Good strong shot, nice and straight down the ground. Do they come back for the second? They do that quite comfortably.
Well, they've been first one hard. That's the key. Knowing the areas, the ground, it's huge ground, turning one into the two and putting pressure on Afghanistan.
You know what the skipper's thinking? Rashid Khan. Wonder what he's thinking about himself. 1 over, none for 4 at this stage. He's got to get into this game, get his teeth into this game right now. That's my call, and I'm pretty sure he's about to come on. Ahmed just bowled the 1 as well. They need him to create some havoc out in the middle, which is something he normally does in a T20 international.
Well, for Afghanistan, Rashid Khan always holds the key. He's among the wickets. Afghanistan likely to win.
Sri Lanka only need 1 or 1. Blacks, and over the top, and it's bounced before the advertising triangle, and it's gone for a boundary.
It's going to be Drings halfway stage. 82 for 2 after 10.
It's a really solid connection. This shot, tremendous. Long way off the boundary line. So far, in fact, it was over his head, and he's pretty tall. Bounced well inside, and still went before. Gulbaz was thinking, had he been holding back, that was out. Would have been straight down his throat. Majid was thinking the same.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন B-Win365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
60 balls remaining. This partnership worth 35 right now, but it's only 19 runs from here to actually qualify for the next phase for the Super Fours. Let's look at the bowling card. Mohammad Nabi, 2 overs, 1 for 10, 1 for 10 also for Amazai. They're the 2 men that have picked up wickets. Faruqi got a little tap in his first over. So did Majib as well, so that put him on the back foot straight away. Rashid Khan just the 1 over, which surprised me a little. A quick look at the situation of the match. Afghanistan 169, all those runs, terrific batting. 32 scored off that last over. Nabi was outstanding, 5 sixes himself. Magnificent work from him. Without his performance, there would have been a lot of trouble. Afghanistan with this game straight away. Sri Lanka right now look like they're on the charge. That's what they need. 88 runs from here off 60 balls to win the game. Just another 19 to qualify for the Super 4. These people know exactly what's going on. All the Sri Lankan supporters on their feet, dancing around, listening to the transistors, I should say.
Well, you got your call answered. Rashid Khan has brought himself back into the attack, and you can't wait long. You can't allow for the game to go off your hands.
A little bit of a wrong one. At the last delivery before we went to drinks after the last ball before 10 overs, good connection, but went right over the top of the order and bounced well inside and went for 4. Now that should have been caught. Would have changed things quite dramatically. All the Afghanistan players knew that, all of them. But instead, 10 runs off that over has almost sealed the deal, I think.
Yeah, I think the reason is they were running the 1 and the 2 so hard, forcing him to come a little closer, which is causing that missed opportunity. And Jonathan Trott during the break did talk to him. Look at that, never close to it.
Yeah, 17 metres off that advertising triangle. Good graphic. That was exactly what the story was. It's cramped for room, but he's good enough to get it away. Kusumendas. Partnership has been terrific at exactly the right time. It's been nice and steady. 38 off 32 now between these two guys. Pereira, we've got to remember that Pereira took 2 magnificent catches earlier today. At the top edge. Got away with that. Got to look to come back for the second. And does so.
Now, well, when he was on the field, he took some brilliant catches. And when he is even miscuing him, they're not reaching to the fielders. That's very lucky, but he's a brilliant batter. Away from Mujib, and they run to frustration on Rashid Khan's face, tells you the story.
Things got to happen very, very quickly now for Afghanistan. Sri Lanka at this stage need to go at 8.9 from here to win the game. Doing things easily at the moment. This stand has been really impressive.
Now even Rashid Khan's over has gone for 6 runs. And there's no boundary in it. It's the singles and 1-2. That has put pressure on Afghanistan. 82 more required for Sri Lanka to win this. It's only a few more required to qualify. Only 101 they need to qualify to go to the Super 4.
Look around at the fielders on the leg side. Nicely bowled, the wrong and bit of extra bounce as well. Rashid had to scramble. 88 for 2 after 11. Sri Lanka are sitting pretty at the moment. 4 points at this stage and sitting pretty in this game also. 101, they're on 88 at the moment to get through to the Super 4s. Nicely played over the top, intentionally scooped over the top. And he's picked up a boundary first ball. Also, Pereira's played a fine shot first up.
Nothing you can do as a bowler when the batter has got that confidence of hitting you wherever he wants. That is well. And look at that. The beautiful shot. Talks to you about the confidence towards and above the fielder for 4. Starts the over with a style.
Not letting Mujib settle at all. Oh, he's got him. That was a nick. Now they've picked up a wicket. Good catch behind by Gabaz. Up with that finger straight away. Just a faint little tickle, and they've broken that stand. Partnership of 45 has now finished.
And there was this belief out there before the start of the over. Somebody just called him and said, Mujib, you will get him out. And Mujib gets him out. The partnership is broken. And Mujib's mystery just does the trick. Didn't read it. Connected straight into the hand of Gurbaz. That's a good catch. Not easy to hold on to sometimes such necks. But Gurbaz does. And get the breakthrough. Mujib Zadran. Kusal Mendes, after a brilliant display with the bat, 28 of 20, has to walk back. Sri Lanka on 92 for 3. Charita Salanka, the new batter. Kusal Pereira, I beg your pardon, is the one who got out. Mendes still out in the middle.
Looked nice and relaxed too, Sri Lanka, when he striding out there. Captain looked unhurried. Straight away just bunts that one into the covers, looking to come back for the second. They'll do so quite comfortably, so again that's some good running. Time is running out now for Afghanistan. Let's look at Tarit Asalanka. His career stats, 65, averaging 23, 127 the strike rate, highest of 80 against Bangladesh.
Googly balls. Mujib Zadran. And that nick. I tell you what, Rahmanullah Gurbaz is expecting every ball to nick into his gloves. That one does. Joy in the Afghanistan camp. Joy among the Afghanistan fans. They know this is a big game.
A bit short, eased away on the onside.
Despite the wicket, 8 runs have come off that over. That's what the Afghanistan bowlers will have to do something about. Gotta take wicket. You also have to contain the Sri Lankan batters who've been running brilliantly between the wickets.
Implying some nice pressure on the field. 74 required from 49 in the game. It's nicely bowled again from Mujib. So 8 off the over and a wicket, 96 for 3.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
74 of 8 overs. Rashid Khan. He's bowled 2 overs for 10. This is going to be the challenge. Rashid has 2 overs. Noor has 3 overs. And Sri Lanka needs 74 for 47 balls. Salmend is sweeping very close to that off stump.
Yeah, this is where it becomes difficult, where their experience comes into play. You'll see them altering the lengths, bowling fuller lengths, anticipating the cross-batted shot. 73 needed from 46. And this is the big challenge, these middle overs. This is where Afghanistan, time and time again, hold the upper hand, especially when they've got runs on the board like they've done today. 169 need some special batting from here. Some big hits.
And they're up against quality, the Sri Lankan batters. And also these dots starts to build the pressure, asking rate closing in on 10. And when you know that you got Rashid and Noor having to bowl a few overs, that itself is pressure.
That's in the gap, nicely played. Just using the pace. That's a top shot. The 100 comes up, Sri Lanka qualifying.
Yeah, they're all right in terms of the Super 4. But the bigger picture is to ensure that they try and get to this target, which is not easy. Sri Lanka waiting for it, playing it late, using the pace, and a boundary.
Roshan, you mentioned plenty of spin from Noor and Rashid. They still have Nabi, who has 2 overs. There's Nabi as well. So the choices, there could be plenty of spin here. Yeah, Mujib as well.
Lanka's fine. They qualified for the Super 4. That's the first hurdle, if that was a hurdle for them in terms of the runs. And obviously they're after that 170 target. Mendes, oh, not good fielding, not good fielding. That's Noor only a single. They got 7 runs in the over, 103 for 3.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন B-Win365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
The equation 67, 42, 25 the difference between runs needed and balls in hand. But Sri Lanka needs a big over. They need one big over just to try and bring things under control. They need to go at 9.5, but it's the quality that Afghanistan has up their sleeve. He's challenging them. Nabi has bowled 2 overs and conceded just 10 runs. And what a game he's had. Mendes gets it fine. Should be cut off. Near single.
That positioning of that fielder at square leg so important against Mendes because he loves playing the sweep. He gets low for the pull. He can play it square. He can play it fine. You need a good fielder there. Very good fielder. Likes to use the pace too. Afghanistan's main aim will be to cut down the boundaries. Don't give boundaries or a few boundaries in the next 3 overs. The pressure will really build.
Sri Lanka has 8 any sixers, just 10 fours. Afghanistan 10 fours and 9 sixers. Slower to the left-hander. With the right-hander on strike, tends to fire it in, tends to slide it across.
What Sri Lanka will hope and expect is one good over. You get a 15-18 run over, which is very much on the cards in this format of the game at this time. And then you're posing a serious challenge, even to 169. So that belief has to be there.
Yeah, that's the over they're after. And again, he'll find the fielder. So Afghanistan wouldn't mind this at this stage. Just singles, 3 singles of the first 3 deliveries. Just pushing that required rate close to 10. Still very gettable. But as you say, Ravi, they need that over. They need at least 14 to 15 runs. In the gap. That before. That's a welcome boundary for the captain.
2 excellent late cuts. in the last few minutes from Sri Lanka. They're skillful batting. They know the Afghanistan spinners like to push it through, so just delaying that shot, playing it late, but more importantly, splitting the field. It's deft touch.
Nabi tends to bowl it quick, so bit of width outside the off stump. Sri Lanka so good with that square of the wicket shot. More runs here, they'll want two. They're running two, they're running hard. They'll get a couple and might get some overthrows here. In fact, it's well backed up. They've got 9 so far.
If you get a boundary in the first 3 balls, there's a good chance for a double-digit over. Boundary or a 6. What they're doing with these double-digit overs is they're keeping that required rate under control. Because that one big over is bound to come. It's also a case of whom you want to target. I think between Rashid, between Nur, and between Nabi, they'll go for Nabi.
Yeah, that's right. Noor and Rashid aren't easy. Nabi will be the target. With 1 ball left in the over. Last ball. They hit 10 of the over. 113 for 3.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
This is where the game is at the moment. 57 runs of 36. That's what they're after. 21 runs the deficit. 36 balls, 57 runs. Sri Lanka has the batting, but Afghanistan has some really quality ball those last 6 overs. Going to be a good tussle between some quality spin and the Sri Lankan middle order. Noor is back. Rashid Khan just mixing his bowlers around. And off the inside edge, a single of the first ball. Just to try and show you where the points stand. Sri Lanka still at minus 0.27. So Sri Lanka has qualified in terms of the requirement of 101 runs, which means they go ahead of Bangladesh, even if they lose this game in the run rate. Right, Kusal Mendis is on 47. Gets it behind square leg, and that's his 50. And it is 50 number 17 for Kusal Mendis. He equals Nisanka for the most 50s, plus scores in T20Is for Sri Lanka.
He'll keep sweeping. You bowl there, he will keep sweeping you and find the gaps. That's one of his favorite shots mentioned earlier. Square leg position has to be dead right. You've got to have him a little finer at the pace at which the Afghanistan spinners bowl, and you need a very good fielder. He was far too square, and Mendis very quick to exploit it. A half century. This is a fine innings. Still has to carry on 51 from 40. The longer he stays, the easier for Sri Lanka.
That's well bowled. Well bowled. That's the wrong one. Push through quicker. See, the other thing about the Afghan spinners are the pace they bowl. It's not easy to get to them. Well, just look at that. 74% in that area. You're talking about the sweep, the paddles, and he's been very productive. He got 6 of the first 4 deliveries. Sri Lanka trying to keep that required rate under control. Those right on the leg side, two on the offside, the left-hander on strike. Short fine, very fine in fact. Short third and back to point. Short delivery, catches the ball, and he's taken it. Rashid Khan, what a catch!
Well, come at the hour, come at the man. The captain leading from the front. Putting his body on the line there, that's a fabulous catch. That was never easy. It was coming flat, it was coming low. He had to run forward. And a gutsy effort here to just put his body on the line. These are never easy. Watch here, this is attacking fielding. He wanted it all the way. In the end, might have just got away from him, but made sure that he got two hands to it. So an important breakthrough. There's a good partnership being broken. And Asalanka, who's playing well, he goes for 7-19 for 4.
এভাবেই ফুল এইচডিতে প্রত্যেকটি লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চাইলে অবশ্যই আমাদের এই পেজটি ফলো করে দিন এবং শেয়ার করে দিন আপনার সকল বন্ধুদের সাথে।
Mendes comes in at number 6 with Sri Lanka requiring 51 of 31 balls. Rahmat has got a wicket, conceded 6 runs. He's got 1 ball left in the over. Will this be called a wide? Yes, it is. Mendes is an all-format player for Sri Lanka. Well, doesn't really have a top average at this level, but the strike rate closing in on 130. Looks to sweep and he gets it behind square leg. They'll want 2. They'll get 2. So Sri Lanka's down to the last 5 overs. They need 48 runs. 122 for 4.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
Kusal Mendes the key here, 52 of 42. Kusal Pereira, Asalanka all getting starts. Matham Nisaka missing out. Lanka still has Shanaka and Hasaranga to come. Velalage, all 3 can bat. But down to the last 30 legitimate balls.
Excellent catch. That's didn't go too high, flat. He attacked it, it almost got away from him. When you're desperate, you want a wicket. Known time and time again, he will give us everything.
Big catch. Run and say it's going away from him. 2-handed. Brings a lot of smiles to Afghan supporters. And yes, a big wicket to celebrate for Afghanistan. Right, new batter in. Rashid Khan bowling to Kamidu Mendes. Knocking him around for singles. They'll want 2 and they'll come for 2. So they'll be cautious, they'll be watchful against Rashid Khan.
And even Afghanistan cannot afford to relax at this stage because the required rate is still under 10 and over. Sri Lanka have plenty of batting, some good hitters. Shanaka still to come. Mendes going strong, 53.
And this is his last over, gone for 20 runs. Bowled 5 dots. Economical, Rashid Khan. Oh, this time, very lucky. Very lucky. Oh, could have been out. In fact, both batters had the opportunity. I hope he's all right. We do know that he had this back problem.
He's in agony. He is in agony. You're right. You mentioned about the back. He really twisted there and tried to throw the ball back. A lot of pressure on the back. He's doesn't look too good. 125 for 4.
Well, another look of a leading edge. Now, this was the first opportunity, but just eluded him. And then, seeing Kusal Mendes way out of the crease, he was looking for that run out. Now, had he hit, Kusal Mendes was gone. So look at what happens there.
Yeah, look at the fall right on the back there, lower back. And immediately he feels it. Now you can see Jonathan Trott's face there. He knows it. This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign, especially with someone who's recovered from that very operation. We'll be hoping it's not something similar or serious.
Yeah. He's still in a lot of pain. You could see that. Oh, that's the last thing Afghanistan wants.
Such a key player, such a key player. The motivating factor for the team as well. He's up, but that's good. That's a very positive sign. Very positive. That's good. It'll be a big relief to not just Afghanistan supporters, but cricket fans all around the globe. He's that kind of a cricketer. You want him on the park. He brings that energy, he brings that skill, he brings that brilliance. Question we asked is, will he bowl? Will he carry on bowling? He seems okay.
Oh, lad. He made a great effort. I think it's just how he twisted his bat trying to get that run out. He had to turn and throw. The first opportunity was a catch. That's what he was after. And then his peripheral vision showed him that Kusal Mendes was out of the crease. And just look at that, how he twists, how he turns. Now, had that hit, Kusal Mendes was gone for all money, but this is what happens immediately. And this is another look. Let's just look at it at full speed. He was looking to turn it away. And then he was nowhere in the screen, nowhere in the picture. Goes with a sweep. Only a single. He got 4 runs on the first 4 deliveries. So Rashid Khan bowling his last over. Should be all right.
See, that smile tells you he should be okay, but not a good. Given too many away, just 21, 2 balls to go.
Again, another single. Brilliant spell for Rashid Khan. He's bowled just 6 dots, but he's going at less than 6 runs and over. In a chase, when you're asking for around 8 or 8 plus, you're going at less than 6 and over. That is outstanding stuff. Right, last ball of his spell. Doesn't get hold of it. Will concede a single. And Rashid Khan will finish his spell, conceding just 23 runs. Sri Lanka, 128 for 4.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূল। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
Beautifully set up. 42 off 24. With 6 wickets remaining, more often than not, 9 times out of 10, you'd have to say the batting team in front. 169 for 8. Sri Lanka, Kusal Mendes holding things together. Bowling options available. Nur Ahmed about to start his third. Rashid's finished his spell. And he's hurt his back and hence wanders off. Faruqi has 2, Mujib has 1, Azmat 2.
They're going to start bowling that because not too many seconds left. They have to begin the next over within a minute. Don't want to be penalized with a fielder.
Nothing. Oh, yes. A delayed signal from the umpire. The reaction from Nur, though, he reckons there was something on it.
He thinks there was an edge. He thinks that there was a bit of a glove on it. He's just pretty excited. He thought that the wicketkeeper had taken the catch. That's what he's suggesting to the umpire. Let's have a look. No, don't think there was anything there. He thinks it was a drop catch and then he turns back and he sees it's a wide. He can't believe it.
He was down the wicket on his follow through. He always believed there was something on it. Mendes. He gets underneath it and it's a massive blow. Big 6 to come into Mendes.
Well, the previous ball, there was an appeal. He thought that it was out. It was called a wide. And then he bowls this one in the slot. This is, of course, the previous one. It was called a wide. Anything there? No bat.
And no pad either. In the gap, at least a couple. It spins nicely for the fielder in the deep, but the runs have started to flow early in the over. Look at short fine leg, Sunny. Interesting. Is he there for the sweep or with the ball he loses control of?
More likely for the latter, you said. Because he does tend to bowl that googly. When he bowls it quicker, it can go down the leg side. So what you want is you don't mind one ball wide, but you don't want to give up 5 wides as well. Was that about? Oh, he saved it well. He saved it well, but it was quite right for the umpires to refer it because in a touch-and-go situation, this can make the difference between winning and losing. He's got rid of the ball. He's got rid of the ball, so he's fine.
Yeah, good fielding. It's very fine he is. Another wide.
Well, that's not going to help. That's not going to help his team. He was hit for a 6. So now looking to crack the batter by bowling at his pads, and he's going down the leg side, giving it wides because his natural delivery is the one that will turn away from the right-hander, but into the left-hander, and that goes like a wide down the leg side. So he's got to get his line right. 11 runs already off this over.
There are 2 balls. 15 wides bowled by Afghanistan. Of course, 2 of them ran away for 4. Didn't need to do that. They've got the runs. Now just knock it around. Get closer.
You see, to the right-hander, the line was right. It was outside the off stump. The right-hander couldn't do anything. But we now have 2 Mendeses. The left-handed Mendes and the right-handed Mendes. The right-handed Mendes has already got a half century. He's 54 of 45. The left-handed Mendes is scoring at 200.
Lovely shot. Chip shot, extra cover, and it runs away for four. It's a Mendes special here in Abu Dhabi.
Yes, and I think Noor did help himself by getting upset with that first ball being called a wide. He seemed to have lost his concentration, seemed to have lost his rhythm after that. Look at what he's done. Short outside the off stump, asking the batter to put it wherever he wanted.
There's lots of deliveries down the leg side. More than 50% of deliveries. This one just setting up. 27 of 20. They're not celebrating this chase only in Chattogram, in Sylhet. Bottom edge. They'll be cheering the Sri Lankan batters on as well.
He's pulled these deliveries pretty quick, around the 95, 96 kilometers per hour. But his ball, given the batter's room outside the off stump, Mendes has taken advantage of it when he bowled it in the slot. Come into Mendes and hit for a six. 16 runs have been conceded by Noor in his third over. His economy is 12.71.
Rice to put him onto the grass bank again. 17th over comes to an end. 17 off it. 145 for 4.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সব ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ
18
করবেন।
balls. Bangladeshi fans, the Bangladeshi team, they'll be on the edge of their seat because if Sri Lanka score these 25 runs, they make their way into the Super Fours. Sri Lanka have qualified the moment they got up to 101 in terms of the net run rate. But they'll be eyeing the win here. From here, there's no way can you lose your way. Duffy gets a warning. Got to be ready to start the next over in a minute. You get 2 warnings and then you get penalized. 5 penalty runs. Farooqi. Just a little fortunate there coming to Mendes.
Yes, I think they were a little bit slow bowling. They've been warned once. They've just got to rush between overs. Only 60 seconds given to you.
Director, we have an umpire review for run out at the wicket keeper end. Can I have the standard angle please for the run out? Keep bowling. The batter clearly grounded. I'm ready to make my decision for the biscuit.
Well home. No one seemed interested. Neither were the fielders too keen on that. Dot fine leg, short third man, point also behind square there in this circle. Extra cover in there as well. Nicely paced, Kusal Mendes leading from the front. In the gap, that's 4. 150s on the board.
Farooqi, economy rate of 12. These are very experienced bowlers. Yet today, they haven't really bowled well. Look at that, halfway down the page. There is no protection there. There is a deep square leg, all right, but Mendes has hit it early. He's connected the ball early, so he can hit it away from those 2 fielders in the deep, safely for a boundary.
With this field, it's hard for Farooqi to put pace on ball. It's all going to be slower deliveries. It's not gripping as much. But Sri Lanka's innings held together by Kusal Mendis.
That's how we started. And then using the extra pace of Mujib, getting a couple of boundaries, won the glance, on the pull, then plays that short arm pull as well, and then the sweep shot, the cut shot off the back foot. Once again, that full short arm pull coming into play to get a half century. He's 64 of 49, but you're right, he's held the innings together.
There are runs mostly on the leg side. In the oh, she goes. Less than a runner ball required. Kusal. Correction, it's coming to Mendis.
Yes, both K. Mendes, Kusal Mendes, Amindu Mendes, and the Mendeses together have put up 38 runs of just 20 deliveries. Slower delivery, halfway down the page, giving Amindu Mendes all the time in the world. He's a good player. He's a very, very good player, this Amindu Mendes.
Oh, in the deep on the leg side. He's pushed fine leg back just for that reason, because coming to Mendis likes to go inside and basically scoop it towards fine leg.
এভাবেই ফুল এইচডিতে প্রত্যেকটি লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চাইলে অবশ্যই আমাদের এই পেজটি ফলো করে দিন এবং শেয়ার করে দিন আপনার সকল বন্ধুদের সাথে।
Down the ground, doesn't carry.
That's more like it. That's when he should be bowling. But what mistake he's made is he's bowled it short. The slow delivery. Just in the morning sessions when they come down here, you can't really expect to get it absolutely spot on right when you're playing the match.
Full toss, it was slower, but he's hit it well. They'll come back for 2. 10 required. It's 160 for 4.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন B5 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিনমেট দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
Brilliant chase. Ended the innings in a flurry. 32 of the last over to Mohammad Nabi, and we thought 169 was going to be very, very hard to get. $160 for 4. They got 12 balls to get the 10 runs. Those 10 runs will be met by a loud roar in Bangladesh. It'll be louder in Bangladesh than in Sri Lanka, I'll tell you that. Mujib. Got it in the gap. It'll be 2.
Yes, look at that. Very fine innings from Amindu Mendes, 25. He bowls a bit as well. The superb fielder.
He'll be a relieved man, Sanat Jayasuriya. There were moments where you always glance to the sky to certain things that happen during the game. But the batters have stood up. The chase will give them a lot of confidence going forward, the Sri Lanka team. So it has been perfect, and without Pathum Nisanka, mind you.
Yes, absolutely. I think qualifying with a win like this, because there was really a challenge, because when you look down the names for Afghanistan's bowling, most of them play in leagues all over the world. And despite that, Farooqi has been taken for 38 of his 3. Then you have Mujib, who's also been expensive, more than 10 runs and over. Nur, again, 37 of 3, so 12 runs and over. So these experienced bowlers have been the ones who you could say didn't bowl as well as Pakistan expected.
More runs again. It could be 4 of them. Yes, it is. Just 3 runs required.
Have a look at this delivery again from Mujib. This is lots of wind given outside.
এভাবে ফুল এইচডিতে প্রত্যেকটি লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চাইলে অবশ্যই আমাদের এই পেজটি ফলো করে দিন এবং শেয়ার করে দিন আপনার সকল বন্ধুদের
From
সাথে
the gaps. He didn't need an invitation. Slicing the ball in such a way that it will turn away, curve away from that fielder at deep point.
The party is started. It started. In Atar Ali Khan's room, Sri Lanka, they got the 171 required. They go through to the Super 4.